Streaming to LinkedIn Live has never been easier than with Wowza ClearCaster. With your Wowza ClearCaster hardware set up and ready to go, simply log into Wowza ClearCaster Universal Manager to begin. Under Manage, you'll locate the ClearCaster you plan to use. In this case, it's the ClearCaster Micro, which I've named Denver HQ. You'll want to make sure it's ready to go. Under Integrations, we'll connect our LinkedIn Live enabled LinkedIn account by adding a LinkedIn Live Access token. This will prompt you to sign in to that LinkedIn Live enabled account. Once you've signed in, name the access token. I'm naming this after the account it's using. Once the access token's been added, you may want to access the LinkedIn account. This account is for Barry Allen, who also manages 2 business pages for 2 separate businesses. We can broadcast to the main account as well as these separate business pages. To set up the broadcasts, we'll need to go under Broadcast and here create a broadcast. The broadcast name needs to be the text you want to appear as part of the post in LinkedIn. You'll also want to be sure the right ClearCaster is selected, since any ClearCaster you manage can broadcast to this LinkedIn Live account. Destination should be LinkedIn Live. Encoding template should be LinkedIn 1080p 30, since it's the highest resolution possible. You may want to choose the lower option if you don't have the bandwidth. Again, we could broadcast to the main account or to the managed business pages, but for this example, we'll choose the main account. Since Denver is closest to the west for the US and we don't need graphics, I'll leave the rest as default and create the broadcast. Let's repeat this process one more time for one of the managed business pages. Wowza ClearCaster does allow you to broadcast to both the main account and the business account at the same time by simply clicking Go Live for each broadcast. This does require more bandwidth. Changes to target bandwidth can also be made in the encoding template. For the LinkedIn page, we'll choose Share.it, and we'll also use the graphics I've set up under Share.it. More on that later. Now our new broadcast has been created at the top. We'll start by going live to our main account. You may notice we have a health warning. We can monitor this, but before we do it, let's take a look to make sure our broadcast is running on LinkedIn. Back in LinkedIn, you and anyone following you will get a notification that you've gone live. This will include the text you placed for the broadcast name. You can click on the notification to see the live stream running from your Wowza ClearCaster. You can also locate the stream by accessing your posts and activity. Now that we know the broadcast is working, we could go back and stop the broadcast, but let's first go and look at the health, which now appears to be fine. If we go under Monitor, we can see if there are any issues. Here we can monitor a number of vitals, such as encoding outputs, which appear to be running close to the target bitrate. However, the warning appeared to be coming from Appliance, which now looks okay. We can scroll down and look at the levels for the appliance. The warning may have come from the capture card temperature, which is nearing warning levels. However, it's fine now. Let's go back to broadcast and end this broadcast. At this point, we could start the broadcast to the company page or even to the company page and the main account at the same time. But before we do that, I'd like to go over to Manage and show you the graphics options I mentioned earlier. You can create up to 3 graphics packages. Each one has 2 slates, a lower third, and a logo attached. Slates can be very simple with basic colors and text, or reference a hosted image, even an animated GIF. Logos can be the same. We recommend an animated GIF or PNG with transparent background. Again, this needs to be hosted somewhere it can be accessed online. With the X and Y options, you can move the logo around the screen to position it where you want. You can also increase or decrease the size of the logo and change its transparency. Just be sure and save the changes when you're done. You may notice I've turned on only Slate 2 and the logo. Back under Broadcast, let's go live. Once we do, we can see the graphic options we've turned on are the only ones available to apply. Right now, only the logo is in use. We can also turn off the audio if we want. I've left this broadcast running now for a few minutes so we can see more information under Monitor. Right now, you can see we're getting a health warning. So let's go under Monitor and have a look. Looking at the encoding output, you can see my bandwidth is very erratic. Right now, we appear to be doing pretty good and staying near the target bitrate. However, we're still getting a warning on my appliance. You can see it's because the capture card temperature is around 92 degrees within the warning zone, but not yet in the red. Back in LinkedIn, we can look at the live stream. Let's go to the business page to share.it. When we scroll down, we'll see our broadcast complete with our logo. Well, that's it for broadcasting to LinkedIn Live with Wowza ClearCaster. Thanks for watching and happy streaming.